Cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361, Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Ms. Elsie Abernathy died at her residence in Irondale on Saturday night. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Mr. Billy Joe Smith died at his residence on Sunday morning. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Teresia Patterson, funeral service will be held on Friday at Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral arrangements to be announced this week for Marcy Horton. Curtis and Son Funeral Home will announce those arrangements. And funeral service for O'Neill Martin will be Saturday at Curtis and Son Funeral Home at 2 o'clock. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. And Justine Sims, age 90, of Sylacauga, died Friday. And visitation will be held Tuesday from 10 until 11 at Radley Smith Funeral Home, followed by a funeral service at 11 with Brother Norman LaCroix officiating. Burial in the Childersburg City Cemetery. Justine was a member of the Coosa Valley Quilt Guild and a longtime member of Trinity Baptist Church. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga in charge of the arrangements. And a footnote to these obituaries, good morning to my buddy Scott Smith, and that's Billy Joe Smith's son, Scott, and he was at the residence when I went there on Sunday morning early, and Scott and I have been friends for a long, long time and worked together in radio back in the day. And Scott, I want you to know that we're praying for you and your family, and know that God will be your source in your time of loss, sudden loss of Mr. Billy Joe Smith. Billy Joe was one of those guys that had been around here a long time, and he was a motorcycle enthusiast and loved people and did a lot of good work for people. And he'll be missed. Billy Joe Smith passed away on Sunday morning. Curtis and Son Funeral Home will announce the arrangements, and I know Scott watches the show, and so Scott, we're praying for you and your family this morning. 9 minutes before the hour, obituary brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.